It's really an incredible time for change, and energy is the ability to cause change. We can detect energy's presence by noticing a change. If you know thyself, if you know you're a point of homeostasis, you're experiencing a massive shift, a lot of symptoms, a lot of feelings that have changed inside of you. The solar flash is now. I'm going to give a detailed description of specific changes, activations. If you think about keys, certain keys open specific doors, right? So God is giving us the keys of the kingdom. And our body, see, this is our temple, and this is the kingdom is inside of us. And at specific divine moments, we are unlocking attributes within us. The major symptoms, or the area of the ascension symptoms activations, is the crown and the pineal. And I'm going to give you detailed evidence, what I do, a little story about my past. And these are the things that are going to help you during this time period. If you are feeling, you don't need someone to tell you, you could just feel that the energy has massively shifted. You feel it in the body. You kind of feel off, but you're actually on. You can hit the starburst if you're feeling that right now. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, could you kindly hit the like button? I'm very grateful for that, as it helps others find this very powerful message. We are embodying who we truthfully are. And in order to embody who we truthfully are, we have to drop the densities that have collected within our body, okay? And these energies that come in from the solar flash, they are assisting us in the detoxification process that's going on, okay? And we have to go through this in waves. Some of you are saying, oh, this is happening again, all right? So, and Dolores Cannon spoke about this time period, right? And it lasts the test of time. The human vessel cannot take it all on at once. That's why you have to do it in stages. You have to do it in waves. So we're going through another massive wave for a massive time period in a massive year. Okay, this is 2024. It's the 8th year. It's the year of abundance. If you're ready for abundance, hit 888. And let's take a journey of ascension, because this is true ascension. It literally is happening right now. You might be called to rest. Resting at this time period, you allow the body to change. And we have to tap in to the basics. We have to tap into the immutable truths of the universe, and that is of energy. And energy is the ability to cause change. You are detecting energy's presence, even though you can't see it. When you're noticing the changes, you're noticing changes in the symptoms, the feeling of your body. And that's why it's so important. I've been sharing this over and over again. You have to know thyself. When you know your point of homeostasis, when you're in tune with yourself, when you're the leader, when you're the captain of your ship, you know what's going on within you, right? So the solar flash being an inside job, as I shared this many times, okay? These inner changes are happening so that your outer world, remember, you're broadcasting this frequency, and now your reality begins to change, and you start living your future life in the now moment. The major symptoms and what is happening is the activation, the clearing and the activation of the crown and the pineal gland. And so you might be experiencing increased ringing in the ears. I think a lot of us that are on this channel at this point, we're always experiencing ringing in the ears, but you could hear the tone is different, or it's louder, or it's accompanied by a pressure change, or it goes from one side to the other and then back again. So these are experiences of that changing that's going on. Jenny W., thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for that. So there is a massive pressure change and a shift. and you might feel tired and wired at the same time. It's a very, at sometimes very uncomfortable. You are tired, but you're also wired. So the last 2 nights, actually, not last night, the night before, I actually fell asleep on the couch early, and then I woke up and I transitioned from the couch to the bed because the day was over, but I passed out early. Again, yesterday, fell asleep early, but I woke up like totally wired. Like I was ready to get the day started. So you're feeling it. You're feeling tired because there's a lot of changes, and you have to allow the body rest, allow the body to go through these changes. So the massive shift, the clearing is happening here. Okay, the crown, the pineal. You ever see those ancient depictions maybe of Jesus Christ or other people that have that beautiful halo around them? Well, they were showing you something, and that is being activated right now. So when you hear the ringing in the ears, the crown is your connection to the source, right? Your pineal gland is so powerful. These attributes that are actually helping you to see clearly. Don't just look at, see through. Remember that guy that told you that a long time ago? Don't look at, see through. So these attributes, you are receiving the keys of the kingdom. You have the keys of the kingdom inside of you. So what I have experienced, the glands right here in the earlobe, still kind of, it's annoying, right? It's swollen. Right? And then in the back of the neck, and then a little bit on this side, but I had it more on this side. Your lymph, right? We are getting rid of stuff. So sometimes when these energies come in, it allows us to detoxify the body. I've shared about my fasting and detoxification. If you want to learn more about this, please hit the subscribe button, show up. I will share more in future videos, and I have videos on the channel page. You know, you have to go with this. This is happening if we're all going to make it through this process. So let's assist it along. So I'm always kind of detoxifying. So I have a little swollenness here, and the lymph nodes and things that are maybe, if you ever get this in the ear over here, you could raise your hand if anyone is feeling this, and in the back. So sometimes we have an energy, right, that kind of clears the path. You have densities, even emotions. What is emotion? It's energy in motion. The densities that you have built up, the toxins, trauma, and thoughts, the 3 T's, the toxins, the trauma, and the thoughts, they got to come out. People are raising their hands in the chat now, see? So, you know, also what I do, and you have to, Johnny, you have it in the back of your neck. Lonnie feels it, right? Chat's blowing up right now. So I actually have like a massage gun, and I kind of put it there. I try to get the vibrations to try to move it along. So you kind of have like a purge of stuff in the area. It gets collected. It's annoying. It gets sore. You get swollen, and then you have to. That's the body's way of addressing and releasing a lot of these old densities. Toxins, trauma, thoughts. Write it down, beautiful, and get it out. So that's what's happening right now. So that's what I've been experiencing. So you know, going through the shift, having the ringing. Okay, maybe you're feeling it in your earlobe right over here. I'm showing you where. It's so annoying, you know. And I've started, you know, experiencing this over the past few years, and it keeps happening in that area. I'm like, what is this thing, you know? But the more that we detoxify, a lot of you, and these videos have been going on out there for many years, how to detoxify the pineal gland, right? Open your third eye, if you will. So the third eye is the spiritual energetic chakra that is referred to, but the pineal gland is the physical gland that is in there. It's like ragu, it's in there. I had a science teacher that used to make it's in there. All right, so over the course of time, the heavy metals, the fluorides, all these things that collect in the pineal, it's time to come out now. So, it's always coming out throughout all of the cells of our body. You know, and if you really think about this, and we know this, you know, on your journey, you're always replicating cells. Cells are always dying off, and you're replacing them with new ones. So it really could take like a 7-year process to really, what's happening is activating the light body. And it happens in waves, and there's no right or wrong of the time and what stage you're at. But we are getting this assistance right now. It's a major energy shift. So when we have more activity in the Schumann resonance, the frequency, the actual frequency of the world that we're living in. So when you think of these energies, the sun, the Schumann resonance, this frequency, and we can't maybe see these waves, but you could see the waves when you go to the beach, right? Yeah, go. When that big wave hits, go see if you could fight against that wave. See what happens. That wave knocks you right over, right? Those that go to the beach. No, the big wave will knock you right over. So what you need to do is learn. This wave is coming with or without you. It is going to happen. You're just getting in the way, right? If you're on the beach. So how we can do this energetically is know that this shift is happening. Let's assist this shift. Okay, so the foods, the surroundings, epigenetics, right? Our surroundings, the people we surround ourselves with, our attention, what we're consuming, who are you watching, what are you watching, what are you listening to? Is it good for you? Is it positive? Is it bullshit? Is it garbage? Get the garbage out, replace it. I've shared this over and over again. True ascension is not only incorporation, but it's also elimination. Hit the like button if you're learning something new. Hit the like button if it rings like a bell inside of you. Okay, so you have to go through both. You have to have incorporation of new stuff and also a letting go, a purge of the old densities that it's not going with you. It's not going with you. This is so that we can embody who we truthfully are. This is an alignment to the new, right? This is an alignment to the new. So I recently did a video. You could go to the channel page on the whole nervous system reset. So you, as an individual, we do have a physical body, but the energetics or our frequency, it's no longer a match. We're raising up. We're children of God. We are empowered. This is a channel of empowerment if you're new to the channel, right? So you are that powerful. Well, the stuff of the old, it's no longer a vibrational match. It's no longer in resonance. So you are changing. That's why we are physically changing to match the new vibrational frequency. It is difficult. Yeah, it's a difficult time. So this is transitional time. It is transitional time. And when you go through transitional time, you start to see things in the actual reality change. It could also get very quiet for a couple of days. Is it getting real quiet? Right? And along with that, it might be time to rest. You know, it's very, I like to be very inspired and motivated and on the go and accomplishing a lot of stuff every day. But this is also a time period of balance. That's what I'm here to do, is to restore balance. So yesterday, I call it half a day. I had half a day. So after my morning work, my morning routine, the gym, I ate lunch, I was done for the day. I had to rest. I had to rest. And again, I didn't really sleep, but just laying on the couch, you know, listening to a few things, doing a little work. You can't be on the go. There is a change that requires a lot of energy. So if you do feel make a little sleepy poo, right? If you feel like you need a little sleepy poo during this time period, that's the reason why. Again, you feel tired and wired, and you have to know thyself, your point of homeostasis. When you know the ins and outs of your body, that's why you have to be in tune with this. Otherwise, you're numb to it. Otherwise, you're not realizing what's going on. Okay, that's why if you look at everyday life, it's important to have sensitivity. You don't want to be numbed. How could we be numbed? We could be numbed with toxins, trauma, thoughts, heavy metals, fluoride, all these things that aren't supposed to be in our body, making us numb. Why do we have to have feelings, right? It's part of our survival. It's a part of knowing ourselves. You have to take ownership for your everyday life. There is a hot stove. If you touch the hot, right? You burn and you move quickly so that you could prevent yourself from further damage. Well, that's why we have to listen to other things. Maybe the location is causing damage to your frequency, right? And when you're numb to it, you're not realizing it. Maybe you're in a relationship with a narcissist and the narcissist is damaging you in the subconscious mind. Maybe you have to get rid of it. Listen to your gut. Maybe your boss is beating you down, not treating you well. You have, you're very scared to go to work, right? And it's not good for your health. So these are everyday life examples of why you need to be sensitive. You have to make better choices. Remember, awareness is the precursor to change. So we are changing. We're becoming aware. God is giving us the keys to the kingdom. We have the keys of the kingdom within us. And this is unlocking codes, unlocking dormant abilities. You actually are powerful. You're more powerful than you were led to believe, right? And you were given subconscious programs. You, human, you have junk DNA, human. You know these, right? You know these people, right? No, but you don't actually have junk DNA, right? And you have to realize the power, and over time, you are given catalysts. These catalysts unlock your ascension, right? So as we move forward, hit the like button if you're learning something new today. You have catalysts. Catalysts can actually be a person. The light of, Christ, the light of God. Light is information, right? Light is information. That could be within a physical person, and they could act as a catalyst for you on your journey of ascension. And you could get it directly from the source. You could get light codes that come in that tell your body what to do. Some people say, oh, light codes is spiritual wackadoo stuff, but look at nature. Always observe nature. There are certain energies that send a signal. Things come up, they know to come up out of the ground. It's deep under the ground because it's passing through solid matter. What are the things that are going to rise to the surface this year? With the massive solar flares and solar cycle 25, what are the things that are going to come to the surface? Remember it's an energy. Some people are afraid of the apocalypse, apocalypto, right? It means a great revealing, revelation. No. It's not the end of the world. It's the end of a world, a false fake matrix, a matrix of subconscious programs that dictated 95% of your life. Well, all of your cells are calibrated to this. And right now, it feels like your nervous system is being fried because your whole reality is changing. Now, your whole physical essence has to change, and the reality around you is changing. There's a lot going on. It's not easy. No one said it's easy. No one said ascension is easy. And if it was easy, everyone would do it. That's why maybe some of your friends and family and fake individuals in your life that are rooted in the ego, guess what? They're not making the jump with you. It is what it is. It is a free will choice. And across the board, the laws of the universe need to be followed. Here are some tips. Little Uncle Mike's tips of the day. We'll have segments to this podcast here, This is Uncle Mike's tips of the day. All right. Don't do what you normally do at this time. It's a very powerful time. This is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, developing new neural pathways in the brain. That all this energy is supporting this right now. The things that you did in the past, right? You're going to have to switch things up. The old cycle is finished. If you missed my video 777, we've completed a very powerful cycle. And now we're in a new season. Everything has its seasons and cycles. So don't do what you normally do. Start doing new things that are in alignment with the highest path and purpose for yourself, for you. Okay, so there are going to be people that don't like you. Ready? They're going to not like you because they are weak-minded. They are beneath you. It's sorry to say, right? If a person wants to rise up through free will, they will take that initiative. So when you embody, right, Kenny? When you embody the light of Christ, you become a mirror. You become a mirror. There is going to be people that support you, and there's going to be people that you trigger because they're moving in a different direction. I've been sharing this. We're all making this ascension journey. Hit the like button so people hear the truth. But all we're doing is moving in the same general direction. What is the general direction? We are increasing our vibrational frequency. If people are trying to lower it, they're going to get triggered by you. That's the truth. We're here to speak the truth. They will be triggered by you. But guess what? God has given you these situations. You might be getting this message. Listen, everyone. This was the time period. We had tribulations. God sent you things so that you could overcome it. These are called catalysts. You need weight to push against, right? Uncle Mike goes to the gym. Lift the weight. Push against heavy weight. Get stronger. Adaptation. The same thing in the physical aspect is for the spiritual. Sometimes I do pull-ups, and I bought a weighted vest to put on and then do pull-ups on purpose, because now I'm doing the pull-ups with additional weight so that I can get stronger. Spirituality is the same thing. Sometimes you need an adversary. Sometimes you need trials and tribulations to push against. You need friction. Otherwise, you're floating around, right? If you have friction, you want to get grip on the road, your tires, friction, right? Running, I know about grounding and stuff like that, but I'm just using this as an example, right? You get some friction on the sneakers. You don't want to have, certain things that slide. You want to really grip. You have to have that friction to push against. Well, we have a lot of energy that's helping us push right now. We have to push, and push so we could birth something new. We're actually giving birth right now. Isn't it amazing? Right? You push to give birth. And you feel this right now. This is so that we could be aligned with the highest possible path and purpose. Path and purpose. Not everyone's going down your path, and that's okay. Not everyone has your highest purpose. They just want it, and that's okay. However, ain't no one going to stand in your path. Ain't no one going to stand in your way. Ain't no one going to prevent your purpose. You're going to strap on the full armor of God, and you are going to barrel roll. All obstacles fall. Everything is going to fall because God has given you the keys of the kingdom within you. It's happening right now. And the more that you detoxify, the more that you strengthen your connection. So what did I say earlier in this lesson? It is the crown and the pineal. And as we strengthen this, as it activates, as it becomes stronger, everything changes. Scott, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Scott. Raise the roof with the truth. Keep setting the bar high, brother. It's amazing to see you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. We're going to keep setting the bar higher and higher. We're mixing words. We're going to set the bar higher and higher. And we have to have fun as we go about this journey. Listen, don't take life so seriously. Why so serious, son? Right? We're not have to be why so serious, son. We have to, where's that from? We have to have a very good time as we're ascending. Look, beautiful confirmation. 555s in the chats. Yeah, please hit the like button if you're just joining us on this very powerful journey today. It is important to not do what you normally do. And I practice what I preach, practice what you preach, son. So I am really taking a conscious effort to know, maybe I feel a certain way on certain things. Maybe I've done certain, actions. I had certain routines. Certain routines and rituals are immutable. You do them every day. But I know you have to have that inner dialogue with yourself. Do you have inner dialogue with yourself? Let us know. All powerful chosen ones probably have inner dialogue. And maybe some people, you talk to yourself, right? Are you talking to God? Isn't it wild? Isn't it wild where this world has come? You tell them you talk to God, they think you're nuts. No, I talk to God. So God gives the word on a daily basis when you have connected. That's why this crown has to be totally open, totally connected, because we need to have the word of God coming through the clear channel. Right now, we need to have the word of God coming through on the clear channel. Can you see it? Do you see real life evidence right before your eyes of it coming through? It's a time period of differentiation. You want to have the truth. You want to be so powerful, go directly to the source and don't go to the middleman. Go directly to this. It's not easy. I'm not telling you it's easy. None of these things are easy. But if it was easy, everyone would do it. Right? I've been in the lifestyle of training and fitness and bodybuilding, if you will. And it was one of the greatest of all time bodybuilders, Ronnie Coleman. And he said, everyone want to be a bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift no heavy ass weights. It's true. Everyone wants ascension, but no one wants to put in the heavy work. I have put in the heavy work, and it's so important. It's so important to put in the heavy work, right? You will know them by their fruits. There are people, you know them out there. They keep going. And then there's people that show up and then they disappear. And the reason behind this is because it's not built on a solid foundation. Over the past few years, what God has given you is a rock solid, ironclad foundation. And now that the foundation is built, people won't see you during the building of the foundations. You're underneath the ground. People say, where's Uncle Mike? Where is Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike was under the ground, had God chiseling away, building, digging, working. No one told me to do it. No one did it for me. I did it myself. Ascension is an inside job. Solar Flash is an inside job. Write it down. 1,000 people in the comments. This is true ascension. You might have stumbled across this message. You might be this far into the message. You're here, if you're here on this channel with this video and this community, this is true ascension. Write it down, embrace it. You have to really embed these things into the subconscious mind, have a knowing. It's not just talking about it, it's literally being about it. There are great people that talk stuff, but they can't do. That's the truth. That's the place where we need to be. This year, going into 25, 26, you know the next 2 years is a big year, and the catalysts of this year, wow, look at all the next 2 years. We are finishing off this transition. This is not a do it for me. All of the real life things, you want to look at narcissistic vibration, you want to look at victimhood. When is it? It's not going to happen overnight. It is a daily basis. And these are our everyday lives. And that's the energy we have to have at this time period. You show up every day. Otherwise, what's the point of living? What's the meaning of life? To have a life of meaning. Do you have a life of meaning? You're getting this message. You're hearing your Uncle Mike. You look at your job. Look at the relationship that you're in. Are you really doing it for you? Are you really doing it for you? Are you living life to the fullest for you? And what you need to do is be true to yourself. And when you're true to yourself, you're in alignment, and then you have unlocked these God codes. You have the keys of the kingdom inside of you. And the solar flash and the energies that are coming in are supplying you with an inexhaustible source for you to get your vocation done, you to get your mission done. That's what it's for. This is how we build, and we're creating a positive feedback loop. You are aligned with your highest path and purpose. You gotta understand path and purpose. I'm on a path. Sometimes we have to take a detour, but eventually we are still gonna get, this is the borderline. Remember, you have to know balance. What I do as I teach balance, I teach alignment. You do have a destiny, and you do have free will. Your everyday life journey is the intersection of free will and destiny. And if a person wants to totally ignore it, remember, the timeline is not a line, it's a spiral. Then we do it again. Are you listening to God? You say to yourself, oh, why is this coming up again? Because the lesson must be fulfilled. The activation must be fulfilled. Hughes, thank you so much. Thanks, Mike. Ascension Help. Thanks on Ascension Help. It's my honor to help with this. Yes. Please, if you just stumbled on, hit that like button. It helps others find this. We hit another milestone before we get off live. And the replay lasts the test of time. Because a lot of people are experiencing these things. So years ago, I went through a major shift like this in activation. And this was slightly after the ringing in the ears. And there's a lesson I want to teach. Okay. And this was the time when I was a science school teacher teaching middle school. And I practice what I preach. And during this time, my ears started ringing, a little prior. And then all of a sudden I had a big cyst come out in the forehead as the pineal gland was really waking up. And I had almost like an infection. And it was a terrible thing. And so my face, I was swollen. I looked like the guy from Avatar. My nose was swollen and my face was swollen. But I could have maybe taken off from work, but I showed up to work like that. The kids felt bad for me, but I wanted to show them, you got to keep going and not be embarrassed of these shifts that yeah, I look like the Avatar guy. Look at Avatar. I got to find the picture. I have some picture because I was like, how is this happening? How you sometimes have these ascension? So I went to the doctor. I went through the whole stories on the channel page. I have full videos of when my ears started ringing. If you experience some of these things, go to the doctor, have them checked out. I shared my story that time. That guy was funny, but ears were ringing, everything is changing in the skull again. And I also have another video on the halo. Look at Jesus Christ. Look at the pictures. Look at the halos. What does the halo represent? Sealed in the forehead. Are you sealed in the forehead? So powerful at this time. You could write that in the comments as well. I am sealed in the forehead. I am sealed in the forehead. We're sealed. We're ready to rock and roll, kid. We're ready to rock and roll. So, but yeah, that was not, and again, it was not a pleasant time. I had to go deal with things, sometimes you have an intuition that it's going to get better. Like I was scared. I was scared when I had the first wave of ascension symptoms, and I've never really had them before. I was scared. And that's why it's important to have people to talk to, go to, and get feedback. But there's an intuition inside that this is for my highest path and purpose. This is for my highest, because you have to clean stuff out. So anytime you do a detox, right? I've done detoxes, and then the stuff comes out of you. Have you done a detox? Let us know in the comments. And then you have negative purging symptoms. Ooh, you don't like the way it feels, but in the long run, you've gotten all this stuff out of you. As I said earlier in this lesson, ascension is both incorporation and elimination. And we have to eliminate toxins, trauma, thoughts inside of us, and we have to eliminate negativity in our surroundings. And in science, this is known as epigenetics. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about this. Epigenetics above genetics. Your surroundings can dictate your reality. Absolutely. You got to be careful of those things that are in your, you don't know these people at first glance. That's why the more you detoxify, that's why it's important. You won't make the same mistakes. You could identify Jezebel, Judas, out. Yeah, epigenetics, a full video on the channel page. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about it too. Epigenetics. So that's how we are changing. And it's so, when Dr. Bruce talks about on or off, these are the keys to the kingdom that he's talking about. Is this on or off? In the past, when I was growing up, I didn't understand, are these genetic traits on or off? It's very interesting to me. Is it on or off? So it's a very powerful time. It's a time to know thyself. Are you feeling a massive shift right now? Do you feel the energies coming in? Let us know in the comments. The Great Solar Flash is happening, and it is an inside job. It's an inside job. So let's take ownership. Let's go with it, okay? On this channel, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I've already shared a little bit about my methods of detoxifying, my methods of fasting. I'm going to share more about this, and we're going to share so much. There's so much work. There's so much work to do. When you don't keep yourself in a box, what am I here to do? I'm here to teach people about everyday life. There's so many things to cover. So please hit this subscribe button on this channel. It's growing so fast because everyone's like, oh, I want to learn about this, the truth of this, how to improve this. There's so many things. Okay, so that's why when we take ownership of everything in our lives and we think differently, there's so much to cover. There's so much to cover. I love each and every one of you. We have TikTok, Facebook, Patreon, brand new content on all 3 platforms. The links are in the description, in the pinned comment. And please share this video today. I'm so grateful for that. And leave comments. What are you experiencing? And are you experiencing ringing in the ears? Are you feeling the shift? Is your halo being activated, if you will? And that's what, I'm really focused on doing. There is so much for everyone to learn. And, some people might have more of a science background. Some people might have more of a spiritual, consciousness, metaphysical background. So we want to make the videos relatable to all people. And that's a lesson in itself. When you keep, I love you too, when you keep, the pathways, the channels of communication open. A lot of people out there, they don't have the pathways of communication open. When you have the pathways of communication open, we're going to realize that we're actually just one big, ginormous family. Oh, yeah. So I love you all. It's my honor to do this. We have daily videos on this channel. Head over to the channel page. We have YouTube Shorts. We have so many videos waiting for you. Check out the first playlist. It's going to help support you at this time. And let's just stay focused on becoming 1% better every single day. We don't have to do it all in one day, but all we're doing is moving in the same general direction, and that is raising our vibrational frequency. We keep it simple on this channel. We make it relatable to our everyday lives, right? To everyday life people, right? There's no secret potions. There's no magic spells. It's none of this stuff. It's stuff that any person that's gotten this message today, you could relate to it and you can improve your life. It's my honor to do this every single day. I love you all, and please share and keep showing up, and you will see a massive change begin to occur in your everyday life. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Keep going, kid.